Hi there, how's it going? It's Victoria here, and I help coaches, educators, and consultants attract and convert more clients on autopilot. But what I'm going to do today is explain to you how to make offers so good that people feel dumb saying no to. So you probably heard that already from Hormozy. But yeah, let me kind of just break it down everything for you. What makes a great offer great? And yeah, this is basically how you win in business, really, just using your offers. So first of all, what I think we really need to start with is, and what we need to understand is what an offer really is, right? So an offer is your product or service that is presented to the market, and it's basically a bridge between what you do and how your client perceives it, right? So every offer has positioning and its strength, and these exist on a scale, right? So there's no really such thing as a bad offer or a good offer. There's really just an offer that is better or worse, right? So again, an offer is not just good or bad, it's stronger or weaker relative to other offers that are circling in your market, right? And your market decides how strong your offer is, not you, right? So every person that you reach out to, probably there are other 5 people that are already reached out, and depending on those other outreaches or those other 5 SDRs that reached out, they will basically understand how good is your offer in comparison to others, right? So it's your market that decides, not you. And they do this by comparing it to what else they can buy, right? So from everything else that is circulating in the market. It's really also to understand that you are the product. So when you're a coach or a consultant, you are your product. So the way you frame and position yourself also shapes how the market perceives your value. And that perception directly influences how confident people feel buying from you, right? So offer influences your positioning and perception in the market, and therefore it also influences the confidence in you, right? So what makes an offer powerful, right? So a strong offer connects directly to your audience's drives, goals, problems, and pains, right? So what they deeply want, where they want to go, and what they want to escape, right? So problems and drives are like binary, so they come together. So everything that we're striving towards, we're trying to avoid, right? So an example would be, for example, a weak offer would be I sell a course with videos on how to get clients, right? A stronger offer, not strong, but stronger offer would be we build your entire client acquisition system for you, installed, tested, and ready to generate clients within days, right? So neither is inherently good or bad. The strength only exists in comparison. So to competitors or alternatives that are, again, in the market. So because 90% of people online don't understand offer creation, but now you will, mastering it gives you a huge asymmetric advantage, right? So small inputs mean massive returns. So like if your offer is really great, it can 200x your business, right? Because it influences everything, and I'll explain it in a little bit. So 7 core truths about offers. So 1, offers create certainty and confidence in your market, right? Because they make people believe that this will work for me, and will work for me either as a vehicle to achieve their goal or to escape their current pain, right? First of all, second of all, offers win by being unique, right? So they force the market to see your solution differently from everyone else's. So there's a lot of people who say, oh my god, my market is so saturated, it's so hard to get clients, etc., etc. And as a business owner, I do see it more as an advantage rather than a disadvantage, because it means that everyone in your market is doing the same thing over and over, and they're kind of behaving in this monkey see monkey do kind of mechanism. But what you need to do is really look at those and kind of just nudge your offer and make it a little bit better by like 10%, and you'll win, right? You just needed to make it a little bit better because everyone else is doing just the same thing, right? They force the market to see your solution differently from everyone else's, and again, markets don't saturate, offers do. And just to kind of remind you that a product is not an offer, your service is not an offer, your guarantee is not an offer, your discount is not an offer, and your price is not an offer, right? Your offer is something else. So now I'm gonna explain why offers matter so much. So there's a saying that a rising tide raises all ships, right? So a strong offer improves everything: your conversion rate, your show up rate, your booking rate. And if you fix your offer, and then every other metric in your client acquisition system also lifts itself, right? So if you're a coach or consultant, if you can just kind of sharpen your sword and make your offer better, everything else will improve. And again, it's an asymmetric advantage, small effort, huge reward, right? If you think about it. And also, I understand that some people may say, oh, but I cannot give a guarantee or cannot give a risk reversal, so because I'm not sure I can provide the service then in this case, right? And I don't want to lose, let's say, the money that I worked for. And then it makes me question you. So that's great, but doesn't it also mean that there's room for improvement for your product, right? Because if I kind of just gonna write it here, so the harder it is to build a great product, the easier it is to sell it, right? So harder it is to build a great product, more sweat, tears, and blood you need to, waste on it, but the easier it is to sell it once you created it. And the easier it is to build a bad product, the harder it becomes to sell it, right? So these two things are, let's say, they're in a relationship with each other. And I always say that it's better to create a really good offer and then push yourself to kind of live up to the expectations that you set for your clients as well, right? So it can really push you to make a better product, right? So yeah, the more powerful an offer, the less you need to sell it, right? So persuasion takes years to master sometimes, and offer creation can take only hours and give the same or better even results. So if your offer is great, persuasion becomes effortless, and if your offer is weak, you'll have to overcompensate with your sales skills, right? So the best scenario is actually both, right? So you have a strong offer with amazing and persuasive delivery and amazing sales skills. But when I started my marketing agency, for example, I solely relied on pay per performance offers, and it really did make it so much easier to acquire clients just because they felt like it's less, they perceived it like less risky, right? So yeah, great offers make saying no feel stupid. So when your offer is built right, your prospects feel safe, confident, and certain they'll get what they want. And it becomes harder to say no than yes. And basically framed it as the obvious responsible decision in their case, right? Because imagine your offer is like, I'll help you lose X amount of pounds, or I work for free until you do. Then people feel it again safe, they feel confident and certain because your offer is so confident, and therefore it's an obvious decision for them to say yes, right? Again, offers are multipliers. Think of your offers like an exponent in math, right? So a weak offer will not do any impact on your business. A decent offer maybe quadruple and kind of help you get more sales and increase your sales, but a strong offer we can literally like 200x your business, right? The same comes for systems, ads, and sales calls multiplied exponentially by offer strength, right? So all of those things, they're multiplied by a strong offer. So you may be thinking, Victoria, so how do I actually make a good offer, right? So let me break it down for you. So offer composition. So there's 7 pillars of a strong offer, right? So yeah, first of all, outcome, the promise. You need to clearly state what result your client will achieve. So this should directly match the goal or desired situation of your market, right? So whether it be add additional revenue, generate X amount of appointments, lose 30 kilograms, or land your dream relationship or career, or get your dream girl, right? It really depends on your niche, but you need to talk about the outcomes, not your services. Not say, I provide business coaching, but you need to say, I'll help you add X amount in new monthly revenue, right? Second one is the time frame. So how fast, basically. Define how long it takes to achieve the promised result. Specificity builds confidence and urgency, right? So examples, in 180 days, in 90 days or less, see results within 48 hours, and so on, right? Method, the path. So explain how the outcome will be achieved. Basically, your clear, tangible process or framework that you can actually come up, right? So ours is called the growth operating system. And there's other examples. So our 5-step client engine system, operation appointment, firestorm ad system, any other system that you can just put trademark symbol, and yeah, you've created a framework, right, in your system. And basically what it makes people also feel psychologically is that you have a system that has been repeatedly proven to work for the other clients, and therefore they also builds more confidence in the prospect's mind, right? Fourth is the secrets or the differentiator, right? So highlight your unique approach or way of executing the method that others don't use. And this is what makes your offer stand out and feel kind of different and proprietary, right? So we'll install the entire system for you, done for you. Built from methods we've used to grow multiple seven-figure coaching businesses, right? So basically, would you rather work with a business who's done it with other 500 businesses and you say it explicitly in your offer, or someone who does not say that, right? So basically you need to kind of really think, if you're a newbie, then that will be hard, and that's okay. But maybe in your past professions you've done it something that can contribute to the offer. But otherwise, if you're like a seasoned coach or consultant, you can really just kind of dissect the different parts of kind of your past, or like what I mean is, if you already worked with like 200 businesses, you should mention that in your offer, right? So the fifth one is the safety net or risk reversal. So remove fear and hesitation with a clear guarantee or protection mechanism. So the goal is to make your offer feel safe and logical to say yes to. So paper results, guaranteed appointments. If you don't get a result, we don't get paid. We'll work for free until you do, and so on, right? The sixth one is the polarizing filter, so exclusion and fit. So clearly find who it's for and who it's not for. So excluding the wrong people attracts the right ones and increases perceived value as well. So only for committed entrepreneurs, for established businesses ready to scale, not for beginners or short-term thinkers, right? Only for committed people, only for seasoned businessmen, and so on, right? So kind of by excluding others and polarizing them, you'd actually attract the audience that you want to work with. Seventh is the pricing mechanism, right? So clearly clarify how your offer is structured and paid for. So pay on performance, pay per appointment, one-time setup and success fee, retainer, high ticket upfront, and so on, right? Not all of them will have this, but in case if, for example, pay per performance, these are the best ones, right? So if you believe that you can provide good performance, good results, and you should believe that with your offer, you should definitely include that as well in your offers, right? So just kind of summary. Your offer equals outcome, time frame, method, edge, safety, filter, and price, right? You get these 7 things right and your offer becomes magnetic, easy to sell, hard to refuse, and impossible to compare to your competitors. So I hope you found this helpful. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like that, and also to help your YouTube algorithm to show you videos just like these. And by the way, if you're a coach, consultant, or educator and you want more clients on autopilot than for you, you can book a call with me below. And thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.